Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How are you today? This is the Time Brigade, and I am Brigadier Sushil Bhasin from Mumbai, India. And I am today going to be carrying on with my series of goal management videos. And today I'm going to take on from what I said yesterday. Let me do a little recap. So, yesterday we talked of less is more, which means we should be not overwhelming ourselves with lots and lots of goals, with a long wish list, and then uh, having a cluttered mind to achieve that number of goals. One very, very strong disadvantage of this is that when you have too many goals, you can't achieve them. It also sets in a negativity in terms of your own confidence, and you say, "Oh my God, I don't think they work," and you start losing confidence in the concept of goals. So I have in my life come across many people who tell me, rather they try to convince me, goals nahi hote hain. You can't do it. It's very difficult. It is easy to say, but how can you predict things? How can you visualize things happening? And when things don't go according to your plans, then goals don't happen, and things like that. This negativity and this belief system changes because you have not been able to follow some golden rules. And it is by endeavor in all what I am doing through my podcast, through my book, through my YouTube channel and my master classes. I'm doing this to make sure that I give you all as much as I can to be able to build this confidence and become a stronger you. Make your yes stronger than your no, and you will be there. Right? So now, let me talk about, we said that we want to do manageable things. I used something yesterday saying in goal setting, make sure that you have a stretch but not a stress, which means that if you can, let's say, if I was to lift 20 kgs and I think that I can do easily, then my goal should not be to now lift 21 kgs or 22. Maybe I'll say 25, but it shouldn't be 50. Okay, so you have to balance it out, and that balancing you'll know. Don't give yourself an easy goal. Don't give yourself something that you know you can achieve. So that is a stretch. But if you keep it so much of a stretch that you find it's difficult, then you are going to give yourself a stress. And I would like you to guard against that. So today, when we are saying this, I had got a question from somebody yesterday, and I want to take that question forward today. So you said you should do smaller number of goals. You said that you should be doing quarterly goals and not so much of yearly goals and all. But that's against what I've been hearing all this time. And let me now tell you something today. We're going to balance it out and understand that I have not asked you to only figure out quarterly goals, because right in the beginning, I said very clearly that you have your vision, you know what you want at the dream part. So I said start with dream, then you make your long-term goals, and from those come to your one-year goal. I did not go into deep details on that, but I said in 2021, let's focus on your goals for 2021 December. So 31st December 2021, you should visualize what you want to do so that you fulfill your dream, so that you fulfill your long-term goals, which could be about 3 to 5 years. Once you have done that, let's break it down further and say, when I get so involved with my monthly and quarterly goals, am I forgetting the fundamental of keeping an eye on my vision? Okay. So let's understand that we have to constantly keep looking at the terminal end. That is my goal. I have to achieve my dream, and I could be doing many things to achieve that dream. For example, my dream and my vision is to impact millions of people for them becoming better human beings. So, personal development for millions of people. That's my vision. How do I do it? I can have a goal that I want to write book on it. I can have a goal that I want to do a podcast on it. I can do workshops on it. I can have a goal of how many people I want to impact. but the vision and the mission still remains the same. Okay. So when I was doing workshops, it was in the normal time. When COVID came, I started doing webinars. Webinar is not something that becomes my goal. My goal still remains to impact people, right? So let's be very, very clear about it. Now, today I'm going to be taking you through a journey of two, three terms that I use very often. And one of them, of course, is foresight. And this foresight is one of the five principles of war. Okay. Five principles of administration in war. And foresight is also one of the 10 principles of war. Now, what does foresight mean? A good military leader always looks at the far end of what could be happening and what should happen. Okay. Now, when you have that clarity in your mind, then you know which way you are going to go and you are going to achieve that. So let's be very clear that when we talk of vision, let's be very sure about my vision, my future. What do I want in whatever foreseeable period of time that you can think of, right? Now, very, very clearly, you should know that in future, what do I want? What do I want? I should be very clear about that. And once I know what I want, then I should be able to trace back and say, where am I right now? So let's imagine if you knew where you have to go and you know you're here today, then you could draw out your path and say, this is where I need to go. And then work out what I said is a milestone. So from here, you draw out from the future to present, you draw out your mental map, or even convert it on a piece of paper and write down what all do you need to do now to reach there. Okay. And we also say, and you must have heard this saying many times, begin with the end in mind. Okay, so you begin with the end in mind means keep your future in mind, keep your dream in mind, and then to achieve that, work out your goals, your milestones, that what do you need to do, what are the various actions you could do, and then you say how long or in what period. So this is what I need to do every month, this is what I need to do every day, this is what I need to do every week, so that I proceed like that. If you really want to see how it is done, this Saturday I'm going to be talking about this in my masterclass where you actually get practice and you will be able to go and discuss in small groups your personal goals, and then we are going to discuss them so you get exactly an idea of what I'm saying, right? Okay, so you know where you want to be, and then you mentally or otherwise work backwards towards where you are right now. What are the steps you want to take, and then move ahead accordingly. That means it's all a planned activity. It is not that you're on the road and you're going without knowing where you're going. Another term that I've been using is called the predictability curve. You see, there are three P's we talk about: what is preferable, what is possible, and what is probable. Now, when we keep these, we want the best things to happen, but we also know that they're not going to happen. So work out, for example, today in your goals in COVID environment, lots and lots of articles are coming. So I go through all those articles and I'm quite clear about what people are predicting in my industry, in the training industry, in the knowledge industry. So surely you can work on these things and say, okay, this is what people are talking about. This is what could happen. And if this happens, what do I do? If now hybrid models come out, that means there would be something which you'll do offline and online together. I was under the belief system so far that it's going to take at least another 6 months. Nothing before June is going to happen offline, but it started happening in India. And I'm going to be doing one offline workshop in a university in Karchat, Vijay Bhumi University, on the 12th of February. It was not predicted. But my contingency plans had catered for it. And therefore, the moment I got an opportunity, I said yes. And since yesterday, we've been able to float the proposal and ready for it. Okay. So, predictability. Now, when we are talking about the predictability today with data, which is available, with data analytic tools that are available, you could draw out a predictability curve. Okay. And a good leader operates ahead of the predictability curve and not before it, which means I'm prepared for a circumstance or for a situation that can arise. Okay. So therefore, it is something in very simple terms. I know it can rain, so I've bought an umbrella. Okay. So that means I'm prepared. I've catered for it. I have got that talent. I have acquired that skill, or I've got that infrastructure. I've got that equipment to deal with the situation which I think can happen. Right. So obviously, it talks. It means that we should have contingency plans. We should be very adaptable, which I've been saying that we will need a lot of uh, adaptability and flexibility, and be able to switch. And that is why every month review is from that point of view. What? How are the things shaping up? Am I going on the right track? And review and change, modify the way you are going so that you cater for the trend that is you are seeing, and all that blurred thing which is becoming clear. Please keep paving your path through that. Right. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. Be sure about your vision. Make sure that you know the future where you want to go. From there, work backwards. That means work from start from with the end in mind, and then work out your milestones, and then be prepared to move forward step by step, milestone by milestone. Remember your foresight, which comes from all the information that is available today to us, extrapolate it, analyze it, and work out intelligently, interact with a lot of people, do masterminds, so that you are in touch with people who have similar interests. So in your field, when you're making your goals, if you keep in touch with people, you keep in touch with the internet, the news, and everything, and be prepared that if a contingency arises, how will you meet that? Right? So tomorrow I'm going to be talking more on how to now go in a little more detail on your quarterly roll-on plan. So be prepared for the quarterly roll-on plan. And if you have any questions around that, please do share with me either in my so I'm giving you a link which has all my links. Okay, this is one master link which has all the links. So you will find my website, my just a second, I already made a mistake. Yeah. Yeah. So all the links of my website, my social media handles, everything is here. And you can choose to send me your questions about quarterly goals and roll on quarterly plan so we can discuss them tomorrow. Thank you, Krishan Kumar. Thank you, Vijay. So nice to see you all. You're already into my goal settings and all, you know it. But yes, any more people? Bharti is also there. Thank you, Bharti. Now, any other question or any other suggestion? Now, you guys can also help me with suggestions if you have any suggestions on what you want to do. And friends, if you want to know more, please remember that I have a goal setting masterclass called Set It, Get It, SIGGI for short. And you can attend this on this Saturday from 4:30 to 7:30. And here is the link of the masterclass. You can register for it straight away and be there. So thank you very much. I have finished. I can leave 1 minute for any more questions that you have, and then we'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Anyone? So another 30 seconds, and then I close if I don't find any suggestions, questions coming up. Okay, so thank you for all those who are here. I only got three names, but I can see five people there. So if you haven't put in your name, just do that. And okay, thank you, Krishnan. Thank you very much, and bye bye. God bless you, and stay happy, stay safe,